up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 291 for the week of June 11th, 2023. The title of this week's episode is, do I do it now or do I do it at the topic?
I save it for later.
Nah, fuck it. I'm going to do it both times.
Ooh.
The title of this week's episode is Rostermania in Arlington. You like that shit?
It's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Baby. My name is Josh, a.k.a. JK Fire. This week I'm joined by the man in the matching Rostermania t-shirt you can buy on our merch store, ! Merch and chat.
Yeah, not planned either.
Not planned at all.
I just showed up and Josh answered the door. I'm like, oh, hey.
Legitimately, like, that's not a joke. Like, this was not planned for that. The both of us were wearing the same shirt today. We just have that same wavelength of, like, it's the topic of the show. Why don't we wear it, you know? Will, a.k.a. I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Monday evening?
Oh, I'm doing fine. You know, it's a Monday.
It is a Monday.
Work always sucks on a Monday.
You're not wrong.
But we're here to talk Halo and all the shenanigans that's happened.
There we are.
All the bouncing around.
Oh, yeah. They're fucking bouncing. That's for sure. They were absolutely bouncing. Invisiblade, Burt Bobane, Ash, Albie Leonhardt. Welcome, by the way, for the first time. Riz, Halt Hammer, Zig, and Danny Phantom. And Hero, welcome to the live show. Hope you guys are having a great fucking night. Drink my water. Oh, Will.
Yeah.
What a weekend.
It's been exciting.
Oh,
I've just been sitting in anticipation.
Oh, it's been fucking insane. And we got a lot to talk about in terms of Rostermania. So, Will, do you want to know what's on this week's episode of the show?
Yeah.
Holy Rostermania, Batman! That's really it. So strap in because there's a lot to get through. But without further ado, we just have one piece of competitive news. Courage challenges the Doc, a.k.a. Dr. Disrespect, and HCS apparently wants to help. This is by many. Courage says, Dr. Disrespect, I've had enough. 1v1 Halo 3 Guardian, I'll give you 1 month to practice. I won't touch the game. $50,000, 1v1. You in? And HCS says, settle this on land at the Halo World Championship 2023 in October. We'll officiate it. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It'd bring more eyes to the scene, at least.
Yep, exactly what I was going to say.
For a hot 5 minutes. So, we'll take it. Danny Phantom says, sub to the Patreon last week and already loving the extra content, boys. Keep doing your thing. And yes, everyone's seeing this. Get on it. You won't be disappointed. Hey, Danny.
Thank you.
Phantom. Yes. Thank you for subbing on the Patreon. Thank you for the shameless Patreon plug as well.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, but a genuine Patreon plug. That was awesome. So thank you. I appreciate it. Hero says your check is in the mail. As in the check to us? Because he's paying for the Patreon? No, I hope you do. I hope everyone does enjoy the content. Just as a little like tease, our next Off the Rails episode is going to be around the Fast and the Furious franchise. So, spoiler alert if you have not seen Fast 10, because yes, we will be talking about it. So obviously don't listen to it until you've seen that movie. Or if you don't care, then obviously listen to it if you want to.
Or listen up to that point.
Yeah, or listen up to that point. So it'll be a fun time. But there's your shameless plug for the Patreon, and then Will do one later on in the show as well. But that's it for the competitive news. Nice. Thanks, Mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Remember Mixer?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Remember Beam? Whoa!
Do you think we'll be saying that about Kick?
Part of me hopes so. All that talent with the fucking Re-Subarino for 5-monthers. You get a woo! Thank you so much. Sarge? I'm going to say Sarge Gaming. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Icarus Dash, welcome to the live show, says, I'm never able to watch live usually. Sup, guys? Thanks for what you do for the scene. Hey, thank you for being here. Don't thank us. I shout in a microphone. Pisses some people off. I understand. It's fine. But thank you for being here. Will.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got next? And yes, this is the actual segment before we get to the topic. Rostermania!
So yes, actual segment. We'll talk about most of the team moves later in the topic, but right now, Wobble Bobs. They're leaving. They're leaving Halo. They put out a statement that says, "We'd like to announce we're leaving the Halo scene and the departure of our team. They're a fantastic group of lads who have made great progress since the start of the season, and we wish them all the best for the remainder of the year." So that'll be Glory, Mose, Flux, and Slayer. I forgot how to say that. Gamer tag.
I don't know, man.
Sayer. That's what I'm gonna go with. So yeah, I'm a little sad we won't be able to talk about Wobble Bobs anymore.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Juan, welcome back. Good to see you, bud. Is that it for the...
Yeah, that's all we got for now. Just stay tuned for all the shitstorm that happened over the weekend. I don't know what else to call
the
it.
Shit. Stay tuned for the shit.
Yeah.
Lucius, one, thank you for the follow a little while ago. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to the live show. And I hope Halo gets more stable and grow. We all do.
Yeah.
We all do. So it does suck for a Wobble Bobs to be exiting the scene. But yes, like you have stated, we all wish the exact same thing. Your upcoming tournaments for the week. Upcoming tournaments of the week. Presented by NoobCombo.com.
NoobCombo.com.
We haven't used that button in a while. I wanted to press it.
Who made NoobCombo.com, Will?
Oh, God, you're going to make me flip through again.
Oh, I am.
Shit.
Matty Rums.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, can I get a fuck you?
Wait, what?
Can I get a fuck you?
Oh.
Matty Rums.
All right.
Icarus says Josh spice levels are high today and I'm here for it. Hey, we're here for you, Icarus. Thank you for being here. Danny Phantom says Josh sounded like Jimmy from South Park. I kind of felt my voice doing that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going with it, but fucking whatever. Maddie leaking all the info this weekend. Can we? Oh, do I want to be an asshole for 2 seconds? It's not against Maddie.
It's about like leaks.
Yeah, fuck it. I thought the APG and Tony streams were kind of worthless in terms of the leaking information because they weren't leaking anything. Like it was literally saying teams are making changes. Can't say what they are.
Yeah,
that was it.
I guess the thing that they did bring up was that every team except the top 3 is basically making changes.
Top 3 international. Yep. Yes, but they just weren't able to go into it. But like, nothing against. Hold on one second. Nothing against Brad. Nothing against Tony. Like they were playing into the hype around the situation. They obviously knew information that they couldn't divulge. That's awesome and everything. Nothing against them. It's just I hate when content creators in general like say that they're leaking something or whatever, and they don't leak anything. Like it's a waste. Like I'm happy to give them my view. Like don't get me wrong, I love what they do for the scene. It's just like Captain says, it's title baiting. It was just baiting. I wasn't into it.
Which is kind of honestly in the creator realm, YouTube. It's all clickbait stuff now.
Oh yeah, so Hammer says Brad went through Elite today, but they were all already announced. Like that's the thing. It's like there's obviously we're going through them today as well because they're all already announced. You see what I'm getting at? Ash says the one thing APG said was interesting was that it all starts with collect, and after he decides dominoes would fall. And I do have that in my notes as well, not in the show notes, but personal. So, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Make sure you're taking care of yourself as Spartans. Hey, thank you, Godzilla. Thank you, and happy Pride as well. Captain Mo with the 2-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you so much. And Daddy, thanks for the bit. Welcome back. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, Will. I want you to finish your point if you had one.
You know what? I forgot what I was going to say through your speech there, so we'll move on.
Again, I'm really sorry for cutting you off there.
You pretty much said what I was going to say anyway.
All right. Sarge Gaming. What's up? What's up with you? We're vibing. You know? Do kids say vibing?
I think that's still a thing.
Is that so? We need to have a resident fucking Zoomer here.
I'm gonna get a whiteboard. I'm gonna get a whiteboard like over here and just like current slang and just keep track.
It's like, is this cringe or not cringe? And we point to our Zoomer that's sitting in a corner and be like, that's not cringe. All right, we're great. Oh my God. Gazman says, love the t-shirts. Hey, love you. You can get the t-shirt. ! Merch in the chat. There's another shameless plug. Fuck it. Ikra says, at 27, can I still be an authority on lingo? I still say vibing. I'm 31, so I don't know. If sure, can you be 27 and still say, I don't know. What's your opinion on this? I met someone who is 29. Is that too old for me? I'm 23. I'm not going to be the one to tell you who is too old for you, Godzilla. Obviously, like, if you're 23 and 29 are two consenting adults, as long as everybody's consenting, who gives a shit? When's the Optic Major merch dropping? The weekend of the Optic Major. The weekend of the Optic Major. So yes, there will be. Feel free to if you want to.
Oh yeah, since we're talking, well, I don't know if the sticker's going to show up on cam.
Probably not.
I can lean in.
Go for it. So I will have exclusive event stickers, the one that Will is holding up right now. If you're at the Optic Major and you come find me, you can get one. It'll be free, 100% free. We will also have an Optic. Well, it's not Optic because it's not branded by them or anything like that. It doesn't even use the Optic green. It's a different variation, just for, legality. But there will be an Arlington merch line that we will have available the weekend of the major. It'll be online. We'll post it on Twitter and all that. You can check it out. So
Swole Daddy does bring up a good point. Weekend before, so you can wear it at Arlington.
I don't think you'll get it in time.
Yeah, shipping can.
For reference, I ordered 2 samples.
Yeah,
and they won't be here till like a week and a half from now.
Gotcha.
So like leading up to the major. So like they just wouldn't be available in time. So I apologize. Godzilla with the 2-month resub. You get a woo! Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Guys, I'm really sorry to get off topic. I apologize. People got me talking about merch and shit, and here we are. And no, we're not giving relationship advice. Jesus Christ. All right. Plug your stuff, boy. We already did. We already did. If you want it, you can get it. It'll be available the weekend of the major. I hope you're excited. I'm excited. I think it looks cool, and it'll be fun. But waiting for on an Optic jersey for over a month. SSG came in 3 days. Really, Hammer? Really?
My Optic stuff usually comes within like a week.
That's what mine did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's That's surprising.
I'd look into that.
Email them.
Yeah.
Email them. Riz, are you in the United States?
He's West Coast.
And it took you 2 months? That's fucking crazy.
I wonder if we're like close to a distribution center then or something.
If their distribution is based in Dallas or Arlington for that matter, where they're based out of, we're a straight shot north. So I guess that would make sense. My native pants took longer.
Oh, everyone's native stuff took longer.
Mickwin specifically told me that don't be surprised if it takes like months to get your native stuff. They're working on, I think he said that at the time that they were working on finding like distributions and whatnot, but like, yeah, it did take a while. I will say, and I've said this before, since we're on the topic of fucking merch, huge shout out to whoever they did go through for their hoodie supplier, because one of the problems with us being tall individuals is that we have longer torsos.
Yeah.
Right? So getting a large hoodie, it's more large width-wise. It's not large length-wise. So huge shout out to wherever they went through for hoodie distributors, because their hoodies are longer than normal. And we did remember when that rep from SSG came in, and I told him during the show, like, hey, if any at all possible, can you relay information to like try to get longer sweatpants? Because that's another thing is like, as we're taller dudes, it's hard to find a length of a pant that fits properly, especially in a sweatpant. So, or joggers, whatever you want to say. So can't forget the tall folks. All right. Fuck.
Big and tall sections.
No, but we're not big.
Yeah. Just tall sections.
Yeah. We're just tall. We're tall and lanky. How tall are y'all? 6'4"?
6'1", maybe 6'2".
I thought you're taller than that. No. I'm 6'3", 6'4" on a good day. That's what I tell everybody. So, how about us fat and tall guys? That's what they call big and tall, don't they?
Yeah, big and tall. Yeah.
Yeah. They just need a tall store. And no, hear me out. They just need like a tall store and then include both thin and larger figures.
Perfect.
Easy peasy. You know what I mean? Easy peasy.
And you're getting into the whole custom area and it gets crazy. But yeah.
Right. But if you had a specialty store, but here's the problem with specialty stores, they get expensive really quick.
Yes, they do.
So, whatever. Hope I didn't miss too much. Pharaoh, you didn't. We're not even at the topic yet. Don't worry about it. We've been on a merch talk for fucking God knows what reason. Dreaded Farmer, welcome to the live show. Thank you so much for being here. No store has 34 pants. Dreaded Farmer, I'm going to give you a heads up. If you didn't already know, and I'm straight up going to say this. If you have not or do not look online. Because, like, personally, I wear 36-inch inseam, right? So 36-inch length for the pant, and I can only get them online. Like, only. They will never have them in store. Like, it's such a weird length. So, whatever. James Jarl, or James Jarl, I apologize if I mispronounced the second part of your name. Thank you for the 69 nice biddies.
Very nice.
Appreciate you. Welcome. Whole Halo community is tall, and here I am at 5'6" on a good day. Hey, Juan, it's okay. Like, at least you can find clothes that fit you all the fucking time. Danny Phantom says, welcome to episode 291, the shameless plug in big and tall. That's really what it's going to turn into. Thank God we banned that fucking idiot before. Otherwise, he'd be ranting right now. Lucius says, do you think one good season can bring back Halo? If not, how many good seasons can bring it back? Lucius, I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't think it matters the amount of good seasons. However we want to determine what a good season would bring Halo back. I think that, sure, and this isn't like I want it to, like, I think it'd be great if it did. I'm just realistically speaking here thinking that it wouldn't. That's all. So, like, I would love for, like, season 5, right, to come out with everything else that was supposed to be, that should have been included at launch, kind of make it like a soft reboot or whatever you do. Or, like, maybe, I think we're past the opportunity for a soft reboot, like a No Man's Sky situation, but if you had all the content, you had an amazing season, sure, you would bring people in, but you probably wouldn't keep people in, if you know what I mean. So, I think it's hard. I think it's hard, Lucius. I really do. I think the game is what it is at this point. I think that 343 are going to continue making content for it as much as they can, as long as they can, for the people that still play it. And I don't want to speak for them, but if I was them right now, I would personally be thinking, how do we maintain the amount of players that we have and maybe try to increase? Not like have something happen. I see people talking about like a BR coming out, and we don't know what Tatanka is going to be, but I don't know, man. I don't think a season or seasons could make the game be something miraculous that's going to bring a shit ton of people in. That's my opinion. Will?
Yeah. Someone said it in chat. I think it was Hero, because there's so many more options now that Halo might not ever be back to where it was. I do remember when Infinite came out, I mean, a ton of creators, because that's a game's popularity can hinge on creators nowadays because of their praise or dismissal of it. Like you had Summit, Dr. Lupo, Dr. Disrespect, Tim, a bunch of people tried Infinite. And when it wasn't what they were expecting, they just tossed it aside. And that drove more people away from the game.
Can I add a counterpoint to that?
Sure.
While also agreeing with you?
Sure.
So like the Tims, the Summits, all those guys, they talked at first being really excited for an arena shooter again. And then, but okay. Hindsight's 2020. You and I both know though that they would not be playing it today, even if it was feature complete.
True.
Because it wasn't a battle royale. You and I both know that.
The replayability for them drops off quick.
It would. I'm guaranteed they would still play it for a week, maybe. And this is incredibly optimistic for them. A month.
Yeah.
But then they drop it and they'd either go back to Warzone or something else because they play BRs because it fits. No detriment to them. Like it just fits that
style of streaming
better.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Oakbaum, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show.
But I'm saying like, not just them streaming the game for a long time, but it coming out and them being like, this isn't good, maybe drove people away who were looking for arena shooters, not just them themselves.
For sure. I can agree with that statement. CG and others spoke about it as well, that if they fix the servers and all the connection issues, it could bring people back. Sure, but I don't think it'd bring people back in the same way that I think you guys have your expectations in check, but when you see people's takes online and whatnot, and people think that, oh my God, this game's going to have the resurgence of a lifetime, it's not what's going to happen. Like if all the connections issues were fixed tomorrow, sure, people would come back and play, but for how long? Like they're not, those that left already, they know what they're getting already. Like they know that even if it's fixed, they know the game that they're going to be playing, they might just move on again. Like it's not, and it's no detriment to them either. It is what it is. It is what it is. And Godzilla, we're not going to pin blame on anybody. It is what it is. There was a lot of turmoil within that studio, especially during Infinite's development, in more ways than one. I don't think it's one person that can be blamed. I think it's an entity that could probably get a lot of the blame on that. But we got the game that we got. There was something that Danny said. He said, spoke to a friend of mine, and I said, any content from 343 is always a dub. Yes, it may not be the best content, but it's something to look forward to, in my opinion. And I think that's a level-headed, respectful way to look at it. 100%. You may not be getting the world, and hell, we knew we weren't getting the world as soon as the game released, right? So like, and I was one of the people, like I sat here and ate my shit. Like I thought that this game was going to be unfucking believable. You were sitting right next to me seeing that.
Yeah.
And then the game released and it didn't have half the shit that I would have expected out of a Halo game. And then season 1 came out and it's like, still didn't have everything. Season 2 came out, still didn't have everything. Winter Update came out, still didn't have everything. It's like,
yeah, it's one of those things where like they are neglecting core functions that have been there from the start that people really do want and that have been baked into Halo for a long time. Like a career progression. That just seems like such a simple thing to do.
And now that it's finally coming, but it's not retroactive on your progress. It's like, it's always that give and take with this thing, you know? So while I am super excited for the things that are coming, my expectations are in check. It's like, it's not going to be everything that we want, but the things that we get are the things that we get.
Yeah. I don't understand that either because your match-made games played are tracked. You could just retroactively award XP to that pass or to that progression. But anyway,
that's the thing. Like we would think it'd be that easy, right?
Yeah, but it's coding and who knows what'll break.
Simply put, maybe it's just not that easy. Because and on the outside looking in, right, we think that it should be a fucking flip of a switch. Like it should be, well, you have all the data from previous matches already. Why don't you just apply retroactively an amount and put it on my score? Like it's, oh man. Ikuza says there's another big issue now. X-Defiant is releasing soon to compete. So another FPS competing. Ikuza, I'll take it a step back. Welcome back, by the way. But from an arena shooter perspective, yes, it is a competing title, but I think from a social perspective, it's not. I think Halo still offers so much more to the social community than it does for the competitive community, right? X-Defiant, at least from what I've seen, especially from the streamers playing it, is that it has a hardcore focus on, to me, it has more of a hardcore focus on being like a, not even necessarily a Call of Duty competitor, but more of a like We want this to take off in a competitive sense. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So, James says, I tried to get my friend back into Infinite, who I played a lot with at launch, to try new modes, queued some BTB, and got 2 games in a row with Accelerate and his... Oh, no. I already know where this is going.
Yeah.
He didn't get a single kill. That is someone that enjoyed the game for a long time, but that's just not a good experience for a returning player. I'm sorry, James, and I'm sorry to your friend as well. That fucking blows. Hero says, if Halo came out and it was in working condition, it'd be one of the most popular FPSs out. It will never be Halo 3 popular again, but it can share space with Apex and other popular titles. Hero, not to shit on what you said, but I see this all the time, is that Halo wasn't broken on launch. It just wasn't feature complete. So, like, I don't know if that's what you meant to say. I'm just reading what you did say.
I'm wondering, like, the desync issues.
Sure, but even we talked about, like, playing it. It worked.
Yeah.
We said from the get-go it was one of the best feeling Halo titles that's ever released. Yes, the connection issues fucking blow, and they still blow. But the game was in working condition. So if you wanted to elaborate further, Hero, I'm all for it. I was thinking about lack of content. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. And yes, the lack of content is still semi-brutal in a sense. But we just have to, we get what we get, you know? In the words of what my kid's daycare says to her, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. That Halo Infinite. There you go. Holy shit. Lucius says, they've mentioned fixing the connection problem. I haven't seen squat. They're working on it. That's literally like all that they've been able to say is that they hear it. They know everybody's concerns. They're even in their most recent Discord talk as well. In their most recent Discord talk, like they said continually, and guys, you can take their word for whatever you want. I believe them though, because I've talked to them firsthand. They don't like it either. Like they don't fucking like this either. And yes, they are working on it. They do hear everybody. They see all the complaints. They know that it is a giant fucking issue and they are doing what they can. I know that it sucks and I know it sounds like I'm pandering to them, and I'm not. I'm not trying to pander to them. I call them out on their shit all the time. But I promise you that they are working on it and they fucking hate it too. So take that for what you will. I loaded in and heard something about blowing. Don't worry about Game Raise. It's fine. So the way pros talk, hey, pro talk, hey, and many have no idea what they're talking about, but there seems to be real concern that season 3 may not happen. Hope that isn't the case. For those wondering, Hero is talking about Halo Infinite HCS season 3, aka like HCS year 3. At least that's what I believe you're talking about, Hero. Again, clarify if I'm wrong. Or perfect. I'm in a 50-50 boat right now. I'm in a 50% because Tashi has said, now this may have been a little too long ago, but Tashi did say that they are full speed ahead on planning out season 3. They've been full speed ahead on planning season 3. Or year 3, I should say year 3. So 50% of me is thinking to myself, okay, full steam ahead. The other half of me is thinking, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same as years 1 and 2. We're still going to have events,
yep,
but they're just not going to be the same. Maybe not the same amount. Maybe not the same prize pools. Who knows? This is all speculation. Personal feeling.
Personal feeling as well is just the same. Season 2 or year 2 of HCS was already pretty much planned when the layoffs happened.
Yep.
And we're seeing some repercussions of that in year 2 with no EU major, some other things that got changed around, and I think that will continue into year 3. Yeah, maybe the events aren't as I don't want to say as big, but just I feel like something's going to get dialed back here. And again, all speculation, personal feeling. Things could turn around. Could be great. We don't know yet.
It absolutely feels that way. Tiger Tom, welcome back, says, hey, boys, glad to see you up and running. By the way, I only see the Sun Phase jersey behind y'all. Honestly, never looked that close. Bet on me. But where's that Optic jersey? Let's hope. The Optic jersey's right next to Will. It's right behind Will's chair. And Tom, you can hate me all you want. The reason why the Phase one is here right now is because they won the last LAN, right? So my plan is to, whoever wins that LAN, that most recent LAN, gets the front and center spot on the show. So you guys were on there for the longest time because you won Orlando and Worlds, although it was the Worlds jersey. So it was after Worlds. I put it at front and center.
Right.
So yeah, if you guys win at the Optic Major, it'll go here too. See?
The SSG one is right behind Josh.
Yes. You still can't see it. Jesus Christ. See?
You know,
There it is. And then Quadrant there. And then Sentinels over there. And then whoever else has jerseys. I was hoping Complexity would have one, but apparently they didn't have one at the Dallas at DreamHack, so we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for discussing my topic, guys. Rostermania. Oh, yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry. And no problem, man. Thanks for asking the question. Wally, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show.
Kuza, okay, but like, where is the Tashi jersey?
If he had one, I'd buy one. That's not a joke. Like, that's my plan, right, with this set, is that it's ever evolving. So if something cool comes out or something is cool for the competitive space, then obviously I want to integrate it within.
One day it'll just be us in here covered in Halo crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not.
Thanks for the no hating, Tom. But no, I promise.
Yeah.
Like the front and center jersey is the one for the team that won the last event. The last LAN event. I don't give a shit about online. The last LAN event. And trust me, I have you guys winning the Optic Major. So you better fucking win it.
Yep, I think that fire is lit.
I think so too. I swear to God that loss humbled them. And even APG was talking about like they know what they need to work on and they're gonna. Oh yeah, they'll bring it. The other teams are gonna bring it too, but I'm excited. Game Crazy says your Rostermania shirts remind me of the Thrasher logo font. I love it. It doesn't remind you of a certain WWF wrestler by chance? Perhaps, maybe. Because that was more of the vibe we were going for, but you know.
Thrasher font. I need to look this up now.
Excuse me.
Because it's not.
Cease and desist incoming. Hey, there's Maddie. Hey, you missed the fuck you earlier, unless you didn't, in which case.
Yeah, I see it. Look at this.
Oh, I guess it does kind of look like that too. A little bit.
Yeah, I see it.
Stacy King. Didn't she retired like a long ass time ago, didn't she?
Oh.
I may not hear it, but I feel it in my ears ringing. Yeah, you're welcome, Maddie. Anything for you. Tara, welcome back, by the way. Good to see you. Seeing Collect on another team that I personally feel is a far better team truly and utterly makes me more excited than the Starfield gameplay. Ikuza, can we... Oh, man, that Starfield gameplay. Guys, you want to talk about Starfield? Join our Discord.
Yeah.
I won't waste time on this show talking about that, but if you want to talk about Starfield, I have a genuine question. I'll save it for Will's Adventures. It's about Starfield. I'll save it for Will's Adventures. Who got the biggest upgrade from the roster change? I think it's been Shopify Native White. Everyone else kind of got the scraps. So we're going to talk about that really soon. Speaking of which, let's get there. Your upcoming returns of the week presented by noobcombat.com, which we've been on for the longest fucking time.
Yeah, I'm redoing the timestamp because we spent the last 30 minutes talking about nonsense.
Good. Bray, welcome back.
Well, not nonsense, but you know.
Wednesday, June 13th, the Stadium Spartan Series Finals Open Qualifier takes place, and the Halo Rec League FFA Series continues. Saturday, June 17th, we have the Sunzels Free for Threes HCE FFA kickoff event. Wow! And then the Classic Halo League FFA Series week number 3 as well. That's it for your upcoming turns of the week presented by noobcombat.com. Check out noobcombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. And fuck you, love you, Maddie. They moved the Stadium Series qualifier to June 25th. Apologies. It's okay. Fuck it. Whatever. We ball. Then I'll just remove that right quick. Boop, 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 boop. Scrim Tournament League recaps. Will, what do we got?
We have the Halo Rec League FFA Series. Week 1 results. New season has started. In third, we have Wolveser. Second is the Amazing C4. And first went to Dog. See how the points and placing shake out throughout the series.
We'll have to wait and see. Congratulations, Corey, on getting second.
CHL, or Classic Halo League FFA Series, week number 2 results. Third went to, I'm going to say Rage. Second was Terminal Abyss. And first went to Sheezy. Next up, Stadium Spartan Series Mini Cup. This is the second one. And in third place, we had Punishment. Second, J-Links. And first went to Navi. These the actual teams, or are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if they jumped in on that. And then the
See you later, Tom. Have a great night.
Stadium Spartan Series Mega Cup number 2 results. Third went to Orglis. Second, J-Lings. And first, Navi. So a little trend going on there. And that's it.
Awesome. Coded. If I didn't say it already, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our topic. Oh, Ikuza, fuck that. If we've been offered, no. Raid Shadow Legends, my ass. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Topic of the week. Rostermania results over the course of the last week.
Yeah.
Because these were fucking insane. So, the Rostermania rundown is what I'm calling this. Included in the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat for those who are tuning in live, or in the link in the description of the YouTube VOD, or the audio version of the podcast in your favorite podcast service, is a link to the Faceit site where all of these teams are currently registered for Arlington pools / travel registration or travel accommodation, if you will. So we're going to run through the newly reformed rosters. We'll go down the list. And then we'll go through the unofficial HCS points distribution after the Rostermania. This is by noobcombo.com. And then we'll go into the potential Arlington pools based on unofficial HCS points distributions. And finally, we'll get into a conversation about the roster changes from Clutch, and then a little beef that may or may not have happened on the Sentinel side of things before. Drama! So first and foremost, yes, as Hammer stated, the top 3 and the international teams, well, we know for a fact the top 3 in North America did not make any changes, and we assume that the international teams, at least the top ones, are not making any changes either. So with that in mind, basically every other team outside of the top 3 and international teams made changes. Here they are. Native Gaming Red. They consist of Soul Snipe, Talek, Manny, and Bohm. Bohm is officially stepping in for Druck while the visa issues are being resolved. So I would assume this means that if and when Druck is able to get that situation figured out, that he would step in for Bohm. But they are currently registered with Bohm on the roster instead of Druck because of visa issues. Native Gaming White, Will.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most exciting changes that took place because Mikwin finally got what he wanted. Not that he didn't want Gilkey regardless, but like, let me get to it. Native Gaming White now includes Barcode, Tapping Buttons, Mikwin, and Collect. Therefore, they drop and or release Gilkey, and they pick up Collect from Complexity. Okay? Now, when I say they pick up a player from X team, I'm not necessarily saying that like that team traded the player or whatever. We don't know the intricacies of that. I'm just saying where the player originally came from in this regard. Okay? So there's some context for you all. Someone needs to get Druck to marry an American girl already. Oh my God, relax. Jesus Christ. All right. So yeah, big pickup. No offense to Gilkey. I already liked that roster before. Oh man. Whoo! I'm excited. Shopify Rebellion, Will, now includes Mental, Rain, Ryanoob, and Cycle. They dropped or released Carmea, and they picked up Cycle from Complexity. G1 will be Huss, Neuronical, Precision, and Swish, which means, yes, they dropped or released their entire roster and picked up the entire Hive roster. Okay? Pretty big fucking move there. And, I don't know. I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that room for that conversation to have taken place.
How all that shook out.
Because we were talking, Will, like, when does the rubber meet the road? Like, when does this whole friendship roommate thing, if this is affecting how they're placing, when does this like come to a head where management steps in, is like, what the fuck is going on? Now I'm like assuming this is what happened, right? But like the fact that they dropped their entire roster and they pick up Hive, I'm excited for that. Like, that's really fucking cool, but man, this is insane. So that's big move for G1. Congratulations to those players on that former Hive roster. That's fucking cool. And I'm excited. G1 needed to change, but that's wild. Say G1 again. G1. James says Hive showed way more ice by getting to where they got than G1 ever showed. I agree with that. Say the roster again. The roster is Huss, Neuronical, Precision, and Swish, a.k.a. the former Hive roster. There you go. And I guess, technically speaking, this isn't... I should preface. Technically, this isn't written in stone yet. But, like, if you looked at what G1 literally posted on their Twitter account, they posted an Avengers logo. Who did Hive used to be, Will?
They used to call themselves the Avengers.
The Avengers. Stumpy! Welcome back. Or welcome, I should say, for the first time. Welcome to the live show. What the fuck am I talking about? You just missed the beginning of us going through the Rostermania rundown. G1, formerly Hive, formerly the Avengers. Yes. So what team is G1 now? I'm so glad you asked. We already said it. It's Huss, Neuronical, Precision, and Swish. That's the team. And trust me, we're going to get to the points. We'll get to the points. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Everybody, fucking put your pants back on. All right? I'm all about, having the pants off, dance off, pants off, but put your pants back on. We're getting to it. Don't worry. Don't worry, Bray. We got you. Link it. Jungle Tactics. Are you talking about the tweet that they said?
I can find it if you want to keep going.
Yeah, I think it should be. I don't know. I always forget what their fucking tag is. Is it G1 official? Yeah, it's G1 official, at G1 official. It's their most recent tweet. So take that for what you will. I'm outraged, angered, distraught, furious, and hungry. Someone get me a Snickers. Oh my God. All right, here we go. With G1 supposedly taken care of, let's move on to Sentinels, which also made a very big change. No, here, I'll link it. Jesus Christ. Will struggle busted over here.
It didn't.
There it is. It's in the chat.
G1.
It's in the chat, folks. There's their recent tweet.
There it is.
New Sentinels includes Lethal, Spartan, Boo Boo Doo Boo, and Falcated. So
I like this.
I'm cautiously optimistic about this. I think this is, I don't want people to take what I'm about to say out of context. I think this roster, however this roster plays, is going to be really telling for a couple players on it. Like if they don't succeed, it's going to be really telling for a couple players that are on this roster, in my opinion. I'm not going to delve into who. I'm going to wait to see how things transpire, but that's what I'll say. So again, Lethal, Spartan, Boo Boo Doo and Falcated, which means yes, it is happening now. They released Suspector and King Nick. The longtime duo of Spartan, we were wondering if it was ever going to happen. And I genuinely believe this is only going to help Spartan, especially based off of something that has been said late that we're going to get to later.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think this only helps him. And again, a little inside baseball talk for you guys real quick. We obviously talk to people, okay? But we obviously don't divulge everything on this show because it's not our place. It's not, intentions are never to burn bridges or anything like that. But we do talk to people. And I think this was a great move. I'll leave it at that. Complexity. They keep Tusk. And now they have Suppressed, Gilkey, and King Nick. So they released Collect, Cycle, and Monster. And they picked up Suppressed from G1, Gilkey from Native White, and King Nick from Sentinels. Calling this one of the hodgepodges.
Yeah, I don't. With the amount of time left and the way things have been going, I don't really know where to put these guys right now.
I don't see them. If I'm just gonna put a stamp on it right now, like if we were to redo preseason predictions, I don't think they go anywhere. If we're being honest, and maybe I can be surprised here, but we saw how Tusk has performed recently. Not great. G1 has not been performing well. Maybe a change of scenery for Suppressed will be good for him. Gilkey, we know what Gilkey can do. And King Nick, we'll have to wait and see. I don't feel good about this team completely.
I'm curious how he's going to play not being with Spartan now.
Yeah. Yep. Is Hunter in the chat? I have literally no idea. He was here last week. Lance, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Has Monster found a team yet? Not that I'm seeing. At least from a top 10, top 12 perspective. So there's that. And we're not going to get into the Monster shit because it's not worth the time. If people have not heard my piece on it, you can go back and listen to previous episodes. We're not going to divulge further. Doc Holiday, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Then we have Incognito, which is another hodgepodge group. We have Suspector, Carmea, Sab, and Mortally. They are a new roster of previously dropped or released players, a.k.a. Suspector from Sentinels, Carmea from Shopify, Sab from G1, and Mortally. I have more. If we're just looking at where teams could place in standings, I would put this Incognito roster that is not signed to an org over Complexity right now. Personally, that's what I would say. Just on paper. Yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to Mortally. But no, I like the composition of that team. A good amount of younger talent on there. I think if Suspector can maybe step up and be that leader mentality on that team, then I have higher hopes for them than I do Complexity at this point in time. Not seeing anything, not seeing scrims, not seeing, obviously no tournament has happened with these new rosters, but if I was just give a prediction right now. Cloud9 is now Rami, Nemesis, Triton, and Septify. So I'm gonna say they quote unquote officially release Bohm. And they pick up Septify from Mantra, as a matter of fact. Not the shitty Mantra from before, like not that shitty organization. We don't need to talk about that. Atomic, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. And then last we'll say for now, is Proton Gaming, which is Squall, Common, Breaking Shot, and Haynes. They drop/release Posey, and they pick up Haynes from retirement. So, I had to go back many episodes ago because I know we talked about Haynes retiring on the show.
How many times?
Oh, it was weeks and weeks ago. But like I found it and I'm like, oh yeah, he did retire. That's right. And then yeah, so we picked him up from retirement. I'll have to wait and see on that one. So, Will, with the new rosters in mind,
yeah,
here are your unofficial HCS points distribution after Rostermania. This is by New Combo, and he also goes on to state, Matty Rums, by the way, note that the top 10 teams' rosters are locked, but roster lock for all the other teams is June 26th. So there is a possibility that some teams may look different between now and Arlington. Therefore, I'm going to go in from top to bottom, who has the most points to who has the least. Here we go. We have FaZe. I'm not going to read through the points distribution, but I don't fucking care. We have FaZe Clan, Space Station, Optic Gaming, 1, 2, 3. They didn't make any changes. Okay? Where has Super CC been rumored to go? He definitely should be on a team. I think he is still teaming with Ace. I think. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, yeah, I thought I saw a tweet. No, it's not Super CC. That's it, Riz. Thank you. I was going to say Super CC is not on status quo. What happened to Sab? Sab is on that incognito roster. So they're not picked up by an org right now, but it's the Spectre, Carmea, Sab, and Mortally. Continuing on in terms of points here, in fourth we have Native Gaming Red, which is Soul Snipe, Talik, Manny, and Bohm. Native Gaming White in fifth, with Barcode, Collect, Tapping Buttons, and Micwin. Shopify Rebellion with the 6th place amount of points. Again, this is just based off points, if these points are correct. Cycle, Mental, Rain, and Ryanoob. Then we have Gamers First with Huss, Neuronical, Precision, and Swish, a.k.a. the former Hive roster, a.k.a. the former Avengers roster. Then we have Sentinels, which is Spartan, Falcated, Boo Boo, and Lethal. Then we have Complexity, Tusk, King Nick, Suppressed, and Gilkey. Incognito with Suspector, Carmea, Sab, and Mortally. Cloud9 with Rami, Septify, Nemesis, and Triton. Proton with Squall, Common, Breaking Shot, and Haynes. Status Quo with King J, Diagram, Cherish, and Piggy. Darkest Hour with M305, Tricky, Yaxon, and Gran. Locked/Crowd Pleasers, which is Arctic, Envor, Kratos, and Avenue. And Lies with Kid Nasty, Facty, Sylvanic, and Sa-Even. So there you go. And if it was any indication, if this is true, and this is how the rosters are going to be, who replaced Carmea on Shopify? Cycle.
Who was playing great over on Complexity.
Yes. I thought Name was on a team. I do not see its name on any of these teams. So, don't know what to tell you. So if that is the case, then the teams that would get pools are going to be slightly different. If those point distributions are correct. Excuse me. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be very, very interesting to see. Yabe, I apologize if I mispronounced that. You can fucking yell at me if you'd like to. Y'all see the Incognito team? Yes. We just talked about it. Not a problem. It's the Spectre, Carmea, Sab, and Mortally. Need to show all the dang opens for Arlington after all this? Neuronical, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, I don't see its name on any of the rosters as of right now. And Neuronical, if you are like there, if that's you, the pro player that is now, for all intents and purposes, on G1, congratulations. Hugely rooting for you guys because I think that's fucking rad. And what you guys were able to do with Hive and Avengers was awesome. So keep that shit up. So there is all of the rosters. So here are your potential Arlington pools based on the unofficial HCS point distributions. Hey, Neuronical, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. So here are the potential Arlington pools. This is exactly why last week I said, if this all stays exactly the same, this is what we would see.
Yeah.
And then this shit happens and it's not the case anymore. That's why. Okay. In Pool A, we would have FaZe, New Sentinels, Quadrant, and an open bracket team. In Pool B, we would have SSG, the new G1, a.k.a. Hive, a.k.a. the Avengers, Na'Vi, and an open team. I'm going to skip C because C is where something could happen. In Pool D, we'd have Native Red, Native White. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
Both native teams in one pool.
Bittersweet, who is running it back with the same roster. They have confirmed today that they're running it back with the same Australia-New Zealand roster with Scoob Meister and an open bracket team. Okay? And here's Pool C. Or I should say P. It's P-A-X-X, but P. I'm going to say P. Thank you for the follow.
I was thinking like peaks.
Oh, it could be Peaks. Or how about PX? Why not that, Will?
Sure,
Why
why
can't
not?
it be that?
Fine.
God.
Sounds great.
All right. Pool C is where there could be a slight change. So on one hand, you have Optic, Shopify, Luminosity, and an open bracket team. On the other hand, you have Optic, Shopify, 6 Karma, and an open bracket team. And if Magico is unable to make it due to visa issues, then it would be 6 Karma in place of Luminosity. Luminosity would should or would have the most points from that region, I would assume. But 6 Karma, if Magico is unable to make it for Luminosity, then 6 Karma would more than likely be the team in Pool C in place of Luminosity. There you go. There you go. Let's have a conversation around roster changes. This is by Clutch and Best Man. I really loved how Clutch worded this because he's been in these types of situations before. Clutch, far removed from being a player in the scene, but he is a caster for the HCS, analyst for the HCS, and I think he makes a great point here. So Clutch said, swap this dude, drop that player, God Squad for him. Some of y'all just need some ice. And Best Man, little jab at him, says the only player to have a team breakup after a national championship. Clutch says, in a time where 3 teams got sponsors from MLG and we were paying for hotel and flight still, 21-year-old me couldn't compete with a $20K salary offer. Best Man says, I feel that, but you can't fault if teams want to try and make a change to try and compete with the big 3 now. Clutch says, absolutely not. But some of the teams had good players. They just didn't figure it out. Some needed changes. Best Man says, do you think that there'll be more again after this event? AKA Arlington. Clutch says, there's always more to come. Only each team truly knows if they need to make a change or not based on being there every day and experiencing it. Contracts make it tougher nowadays, but if there is a true doubt, it's inevitable. A lot of teams got worse the last time teams changed this much. Figuring out what/who you need to actually compete with is the hardest part of Halo. But when there's so much talent on some teams and they fall short, the blame falls on themselves. We always look at others. So again, I just thought Clutch brought a great thought process to all of this that was taking place. And yeah, thank you, Clutch, for speaking your mind. Deluxe, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. What about Boo Boo the Doo Boo? Is he going to take the Dubu? Zen, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. I might buy a Sentinels jersey hearing about that new roster. You should. They're nice. They're a good time. Hashtag not an ad. Like, yeah, we're sponsored by Sentinels. No. So. And then the last piece for the topic, I wanted to include this in the topic because it directly correlates without diving into everything, because they didn't dive into everything. I think this paints a picture that I'll keep that part to myself. First, Suspector speaks up. This is by Suspector, formerly on Sentinels. He says, too many people will say and do things to make themselves feel and look better, even though they aren't being truthful. Admit your faults and see how you contribute to the problem, as opposed to constantly trying to be accepted. Just get better and be truthful where you can. Spartan replied to an individual who replied to this tweet and said, I would hope/like to think his tweet wasn't in reference to me. I enjoyed my time with Aiden and wish him nothing but the best. And Suspector replied, right back at you, bro. Appreciate you, Ty. So, for all intents and purposes, more than likely not about Tyler.
Right.
And I would assume this has nothing to do with Lethal as well. Okay? Therefore, by process of elimination, who could you think this was about?
Well, who's the last player on that team?
Oh, I wonder. And let's go a step further and get to Spartan's statement. Spartan said the following. Incredible when you try to help someone your hardest because you have a bond with them, but all they do is take no accountability for their mistakes and try to throw everyone else around them under the bus for their own mistakes and shortcomings. Really disappointing and hurtful.
Kind of ties into that previous statement a little bit.
A lot of it. Now, all assumptions, because the individual wasn't named outright.
Yep.
But I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that it has to be about King Nick.
Yeah, without it being said, I'd hate to assume and be wrong. Just, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors there.
Right.
But, yeah, little drama behind the scenes here.
There you go. There you go. So, the duo has been split up. I personally think for the better. And I'm excited to see what Sentinels are able to do now. Like I said, I think the remainder of the year is going to be really telling on a couple individuals on that team. I won't go into it further, but I am excited to see what they can do. Not Grim says, it'll be insane if Nick and Complexity plays higher than Sen this event. The shit talk will be insane if they match up. I don't think they do. Personally, I just don't see it happening. It'd be cool to be proven wrong because, it'd be more competition, which is always fun, but I don't see it happening. But that's it for our topic. So if anybody has any other questions or wants to continue talking about the Rostermania shit storm, obviously feel free to include it in chat or join up in the Discord. Will shout it out later on in the show, ! Discord in chat. Will's doing that right now, and it's time for some regular news. Forge update overview for season 4. It's by 343. I'm not going to read the article, but I am going to just tell you 4 fucking bullet points. They're adding water. Woo! They're adding a minigame creator, which is fucking rad. Hey. That's cool. They're adding budget improvements, which is cool. And there's VFX improvements as well, along with other quality of life stuff. So if you're a forger, I hope you enjoy those updates. Like I said, I'm not going to read through the article. You can feel free to do so if you like. That's it for the regular news. Go Games Watch! I don't have anything listed here, but I did want to quickly point out that, somebody put out a tweet that said, first, second, MVP, dark horse, and, worst performer or whatever at the event. People have Rocker as a dark horse. The fuck are you on? We play subliners winners round 1. We're losing this fucking tournament. What are you guys talking about? That's all I'll say. Except for counting their games watch. It's time for Will's Adventures of the Haloverse. Another game. What the fuck did you play?
Yeah.
Really? That's weird. Why?
So here we go. I played some Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Some HRL stuff, practicing with the team. And then a while ago, I borrowed my dad my Nintendo Switch because my nieces came over and they wanted to play Mario Kart.
Mario Kart's a good time.
And my dad enjoyed playing with them and wanted to keep playing after they had left. So, because they brought their own Switch. I'm like, all right, Dad, here you go. Well, I let him have it for a while. I go to collect my Switch back and no one knows where the fuck it is. I'm like, oh shit. So finally it showed up and I'm like, what do I have in here? And Pokemon Sword. I believe you gifted the game to me a long time ago.
Oh my God, did I really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
wow, that's crazy.
I honestly never played it because I don't know why. I just never really got into my Switch except for Animal Crossing. We're all on that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Animal Crossing. Fuck.
So I fired it up and I'm like, played a little bit of it. Not much, maybe only like 30 minutes.
Sure.
But it's a game I played for a little bit.
Okay.
And it's definitely different. Like the style of it.
1 second. Tony!
Whoa, Tony!
Why not be reckless, aka why not be casting? AKA, if you don't know, now you know. Or I should have said AKA kind of freaking big deal. If you don't know, now you know. With the raid. Thank you so much for the raid, sir. Welcome, Tony Raiders.
Yes. Tony, hopefully your games went well.
Yes. Close enough, thank you. I did it during the interview that we did, okay? That's all you get. Fuck. Devoted, got you guys tabbed. We'll be listening. Thanks, Devoted. Greatly appreciated. We already went through the topic, so I apologize. We're not really on Halo talk much, but
yeah, we're kind of getting towards the end of the night here as well.
We're winding down. But hey, for the
thanks
Raiders,
for stopping in.
If you want a Rostermania shirt, exclamation point merch in the chat, bitch.
Right to the fucking plugs.
Yeah, baby. Great. Sir Max, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show, by the way. Sorry, I missed that earlier. Go ahead, Will.
But yeah, so I played, of course, Halo Infinite. HRL team, we lost 3-1. We took the Slayer. I know I need to get better.
Have a great night as well, Tony. Love you.
Oh, the happy birthday Tony stuff.
I'm not saying it to him. I'm not saying it to him.
Nope.
Love your energy, Devoted.
I think we have, what's the word?
I heard the bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
Bird.
We have...
There's a reference.
At my old job, you never would say you have a deficit or a problem. You'd be like, you have an opportunity. So we have an opportunity to get better at objective game modes.
Okay, there you go. Look at the positive.
Yeah, I think there's just some. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to put my finger on what we're missing in those steps.
I mean, Snag is awful at the game, so it makes sense.
Well, Snag's our sub. He's not normally there.
Yeah, because he's bad.
Great.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. If you ever listen, I'm fucking kidding. Brainiac, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show.
Sometimes I feel like I mean, maybe I shouldn't be giving away all of our secrets here, but
shit.
Sometimes we will win the sleigh battle, but we will lose the objective games.
Okay.
And I also noticed in our last session that we are possibly not pushing the power positions when we should be, or holding power positions. Because there's times where just say like King of the Hill recharge. If on that bottom mid hill, someone top glass can just destroy your team. And instead of trying to get him out of the position, we'll look for other sleighs first, and we'll get wrecked by one guy. So there's some things we'll tighten up.
Love that. Love that.
But yeah, that's all I played. What about you?
Before I get into what I played, I want to revert back to the topic real quick because I forgot a question I wanted to ask you.
Oh, sure.
out of all the teams that made changes,
Yeah.
we're gonna revert back. Sick and tired of. So that was an NSYNC pop reference for those that didn't understand that, and I know I'm old. Who do you think, if any, team made a change that can compete against the top three? Do you think any team made a change that could put them in the realm to play against the top three?
Ooh. Just looking through the rosters right now.
Mhm. Hammer we are.
There's a couple that could.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll happen at Arlington, but Collect on Native White does bring a little bit more power. I really want to see what this Sentinels team does, because there might be some things that click with them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who their IGL is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be Boo Boo? Will Spartan try to step into that role again? I don't know. That could, depending on what happens there. That's what I'm concerned about with Sentinels. Who's the IGL right now?
Yep. Well, Lethal has to be.
Sure.
He has to be. Spartan's not it. Like, no offense, Tyler. Like, nothing against you. It's just not. It's not for you. Like, Lethal has to be it.
Do you think Bohm on Native Red is where they want to be?
I mean, I was always calling them the most inconsistent team. G1 took that spot over. I don't think they take that spot anymore because G1 completely replaced their roster.
Yeah.
For the better. But the fact that they continually show up on LAN when it matters the most. They got fourth. They got fucking fourth place with a sub at DreamHack. Like, that's insane.
That's, yeah.
Like,
exactly.
That's fucking insane. They got fourth with a sub. Whoa. I think, personally, if Red continue what they're doing, then, I mean, whatever, right? I mean, they've proved me wrong time and time again, so I can't bet against them. I think Native Gaming White made, sometimes it's just one player. Sometimes it's just one change you need to make. And I think they got a lot better. And this is nothing against Gilkey. I think they got a lot better. Stumpy with the sub. You just want to woo? Oh, you're getting one. You get a woo! Thank you so much, man. I also think that Shopify got better picking up Cycle. Like, we saw what Cycle was able to do. Crazy talent there.
Who did they get rid of?
Well, if we look up in the show notes.
Oh, yeah, I can just scroll, though.
Carmea. And
Okay,
Carmea
okay.
was good, too, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy thing. Carmea is really good, too.
I'm just hoping that, like, the Cycle success wasn't a flash in the pan, you know?
I don't even think it was. Personally, I don't think it was. So, the other thing, another team that I think just objectively got better, G1.
Yeah.
I think I don't think anybody saw G1 placing where they were placing. G1 had become the new Native Red in terms of, like, inconsistency in low placings, or lower than what we initially thought they were going to do. But I didn't see top 12 in the cards. You know what I mean? So I think they objectively got better.
But still, do any of these teams compete with the top three? I guess neither of us really answered.
Sorry for like the silence in the audio recording here.
It's fine. Gears are turning. Josh is thinking. His hands are rubbing together.
They are rubbing together. I'm cracking my fingers. Oh man.
I'll just say I don't think anyone touches the top 3 yet. Not at Arlington.
That's fine. Let's just say in general. I'm just saying in general.
Gosh, well, given time, any team can close the gap. That's where the issue becomes. So we're talking end of the season. 2 majors, 1 SSG LAN, right? So we have three LANs before Worlds.
Yes. There's the Arlington major, I forget if it's first or second, but the SSG Global Invitational, Fort Worth, and then Worlds. So yes, 3 LANs before Worlds. Sinels? I so apologize. I probably butchered the shit out of that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Shopify should have been Cycle, Collect, Rain, and Ryanoob. I mean, I like what Shopify is, and I like what Native White is a lot.
So while you're thinking, Stumpy in chat says Sentinels if they click right, but that's it in his opinion.
I don't. Even if they do click right, I don't.
CG Theory says Sen as well. Ronan, the question should be, if it's Game 5 in elimination round, do any of these teams have the ability to get it done?
Oh, I like that.
Because those top 3, that's...
Oh, I like that. That's a good question. That's a good way to put it. SSG is a Salt Lake one, right? Correct, Biz. Correct.
Yeah, Biz says Native Red, the only potential.
I like... So if I'm... Here's where I'm at. Oh, man. That's hard. I shouldn't even have asked this question.
James Yarrow, one of the biggest things separating the top 3 from everyone else is continuity and synergy. Yeah, who's going to be the next team to develop that?
I mean, I forgot who said it, so I apologize, but somebody in chat said that, or maybe it was even you. Someone said that Cycle could fit well with like the Shopify strategy.
Yeah.
And Ash, for what it's worth, I'm only talking about the rosters that have changed. I'm just talking about the rosters that have changed because the whole point, right? The whole point about all these rosters changing is to try to fight against the big 3. Like that's the whole point. And for what it's worth, I'm holding Quadrant up there. Like I said it that I thought they were going to get 4th. They didn't, but I thought they would have.
I don't know if Quadrant has it quite yet.
Okay.
I mean, look at that. Look at the bracket. Yeah, they beat Optic in pool play.
Yep.
But then they didn't really make it.
They didn't when it mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's fine, but they beat teams when it did. So like they didn't beat the top 3 teams when it did, but who's on
second?
Oh my God. That fucking meme shit.
Who's on quad? That's SLG Chick. Wow.
Is it Snipe Drone? Why am I blanking right now?
Woo, we're
Pharaoh
doing
said,
great.
I don't know, is on 3rd. Sick on Snipe Drone. Thank you, Biz. Stumpy says those French bread eating monsters are going places. You'll see. I mean, hey, I have them. I think they're great. I think they're great.
I mean,
Snipers
I would love
Navi?
to.
Oh, my bad.
I would love to see them go far.
Is it respectful? Oh, Legend, not Snipe Drone. Thank you. Either way, they're great. Okay, back to the question at hand here, because the whole point about making these changes was to compete against the top 3. That was the whole point. Otherwise, why the fuck would you make a change? Granted, some of the teams had to make a change because players are being taken. You know, it is what it is. But I think Native Gaming White has a real opportunity to do something. Clearly, we know that they show up on LAN more than they do online, and so they show up when it matters. And that speaks volumes to me. So I think if I'm just gonna this back to preseason prediction time, right? Because now that all these rosters have changed, I think Native Gaming White have a real opportunity to do something. I think Native Gaming Red, I am done betting against them. I'm done betting against them because while they don't necessarily perform the best online, they do show up when it matters too, and they got 4th place with a fucking sub. So more time with Bohm is only going to be better for them.
Yeah.
I like the move by Shopify, and I like Carmea. Like, I liked Carmea on that team. So the fact that you pick up Cycle, who could be an even better Slayer, like that, if Rhinoob's a tricky motherfucker. You know?
It's a hard kill.
Yeah, he's a hard kill. And they really do play his system of a game. So if they can work well together, I think that team could do something fun. They got 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Like 5th, 6th at DreamHack. Nobody saw them getting the placing that they did. Where did Druck go then if they kept Bohm? Not up to date, my fault. It's okay, Turn. He's still technically on Native Red, to my knowledge. He just has visa issues. So he more than likely, especially with how they signed up for Face It, Druck won't be able to go to Arlington. So they needed, like, Bohm's right there, you know? So there you go. Ronan asks, who's on Complexity now? We're just going back to the topic again. Tusk, Suppressed, Gilkey, and King Neck. King Neck. I don't know why the fuck my mouth did that, but it did. So there you go, yeah. Tusk, Suppressed, Gilkey, and King Neck. So yeah, back to it. I'd say Native Gaming Red, Native Gaming White. See, I should clarify. I think they have a real chance to really take it to them, you know? I don't know about winning, but like take it to them. You know what I mean?
Are they going to break into top 3 at any of the tournaments? I say no.
Yeah, I say no as well. But I think the teams have a better opportunity to do so now than previously.
Okay.
And I love, once it's officially confirmed, I love what G1 did with just picking up Hive, them being an established roster. They're hungry. Like, I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. That's going to be real fun. Also, somebody else said, it might have been not Grim, it might have been you, talked about how like scrims against Complexity and Sentinels were taking place and Complexity was winning or was close or whatever, but then you also added to the end of your statement that scrims are just scrims. That's it. Scrims are just scrims. You already know. I'm making sure the other folks know. They don't mean anything. Okay. Practice is cool, but practice is practice. Okay? Okay. Games I played. Halo Infinite for the community playdate.
Yep.
Destiny 2, Diablo 4, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That's all I played. Talking about practice?
Practice? Playoffs?
We talking playoffs? We talking playoffs or what? Oh, man. All right. Let's get to some shout-outs, huh? Sorry to make you press the button as you were getting ready for a drink of water. Speaking of community playdate, shout out to everybody who did join in the community playdate. It was Aaron the Geek, Elated Dartboard, Fox Too Quick, Overkill, Rasta Monkey Jr., Riznak, William Starwinder, Zarners, and Snag. Thank you guys very much. Hope it was a fun time. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. We had give me 1 second. Knuller. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Emotional Walnut, Chunk, Luscious Edition, Sarge Gaming, The Dreaded Farmer, Oakbaum, Wally, Lance, Doc Holliday, Atomic, Neuronical. Good luck to you. Pax, Deluxe,
Yes, thanks for bringing that back.
Sir Mags, Brainiac, and CNels. Again, I apologize for mispronouncing that. Thank you all for the follows. Greatly appreciated. Let's get to the subberinos. All That Talent with the 5-month resub. Captain Mo with the 2-month resub. Godzilla with the 2-month resub. Stumpy with the new sub. And Why Not Be Casting with the raid earlier. You all get a woo! Thank you so much for that. And James with the 69 nice bits. And Danny with the bit. Thank you so much. Game Crazy John with the sub. You get a woo! Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Ronan says about Cyberpunk just because I thought the DLC looked cool. I'm cautiously optimistic. I've heard good things from the previews that have been had with the DLC. The thing that I'm more excited about is the overhauls that they're completely making to systems that they basically just entirely glossed over when talking about the DLC. Like, they're changing systems completely for the main game, which is awesome. Like, all for the better. So, yay! I still haven't beaten the game. So, like, it did most of the side content, so I'm excited to get back into it when they release the update and all that stuff. It'll be a fun time. That's it for the... No, it's not it for the shoutouts. I'm an idiot. Shoutouts to everyone who's a patron at the semi-pro and higher tiers. Danny Phantom. Riz, Zarners, Obby Joy, Mr. Smiley, High Tech Redneck, Goalie Sniper, The Only Neeb, Heavy Rainfall, Elated Dartboard, and Carnage. Thank you all so much for the additional support over on the Patreon. And if you want to know more about that, Will's going to shout that out in a little bit. Community creations, Halo memes every day, red.com/r/Halo memes. Danny, you should, because then it'll give me an even bigger excuse to say it. Danny Phantom. FaZe win the Global Invitational. Team Comms, SSG second again, and Optic bounce back. This is episode 40 of 2 Times the Grind. It's the podcast with Lottie and Snakebite. Go check that out. DreamHack Dallas, top 10 plays by HCS. Go check that out. And finally, the HCS Global Invitational DreamHack Dallas 2023 photo album by Just Snipes and David Sandman. Shout out, David. I'm excited to see you. I want to give you a hug because I love your hugs. And that's it. Almost said the Jimmy thing again. We're not going to get there again. Hopefully it isn't already taken. I would be so surprised if it wasn't, but I hope it's not just for your sake. Danny Phantom. Will, that's all I got. I'm just going to be straight up. I need to take a piss. So if you would do me the honors and plug in the motherfucking show while I go do that.
Sure. All right. We're here, chat. I get you all to myself now. Let Josh pass in front of the camera. All right. Plugs. Patreon. Yes. We do have our Patreon now. If you want to spend your monies elsewhere other than Twitch, if you get a little bit more for your buck there, we do extra content. We have an audio show, a video show, and our top tier gets to do a little something special with us. So yeah, go over to patreon.com/HCS Pro Talk to check it out. As always, you can find us on all your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We're on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, and others as well, like Josh's favorite, Pocket Cast. I'll yell it for him. Still not an ad. Join the Discord, join the community discussion. Link is... Ronan, get out of here with that. Join the Discord, join the community discussion. Link is provided in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, ! Discord and chat, or link tree on our Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, we have our social media accounts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even a TikTok where the shorts are going up. I can't read chat while I'm doing this. YouTube. All of our old VODs, any of our interview series are all up on YouTube. Again, just search for HCS Pro Talk there. And if you go to hcsprotalk.com, it'll actually send you over to evolvedhalo.com, your home for Halo. And make sure to check out the fine folks over at Podcast Evolve and their great shows such as Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Book Club, Build with Blocks, Halo Headlines, and Halo Gear Guide. Just in time. Chat went crazy while you were gone, so enjoy.
Oh, fuck off, guys. God. You guys are fucking weird. Like, Sure, I make dick jokes on the show every once in a while, but like these guys are talking about pissing and shit.
Yep. Anyway.
Look, I keep it real on the show. If I need to take a fucking piss, I'll tell you I need to take a piss. I don't care.
And I stumbled so hard through the plugs. So I kept glancing at chat being like, oh no. Oh no.
All I know that I did miss is you're home for Halo, which I know you did. So
you want to yell Pocket Cast as well? I already did for you, but.
Wait, what favorite podcast service?
Pocket Cast.
Not an ad.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
Are you okay with sending over to?
Absolutely.
All right. Chat, stick around. I know Josh usually rambles a little bit at the end, but we're going to send you over to Magic Moonshot today. She is a LVT caster and even jumps into some HRL streams to cast. Wonderful person. Definitely deserves all your kindness. So please stick around and go check out Magic.
I think she's doing community games right now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact. So do that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 291 of HCS Pro Talk. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for keeping the conversation respectful as always, except we're talking about fucking piss for some reason. For those tuning in live, thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. For those that are checking out the YouTube VOD and or the audio version of the show, you guys are all awesome as well. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to us fucking ramble and shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We love you all. Thank you very much. Like I said, I say it at the end of every episode real quick. If you find me at the Optic Major in Arlington, I'll have stickers for free. They're going to be event exclusive, and we'll have an event exclusive merch line that's available during that weekend as well. So stay tuned for that. Shameless plug, blah, 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 blah. We'll be back next week to talk about probably our more thoughts on these rosters. But until then, we'll send you over to Magic. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye!